Welcome to Math 218. My name is Brian Fitzpatrick, and I'll be your instructor this summer. Just a little bit of info about me. The URL for my website is bfits.xyz, and my email address is bfitzpat@math.duke.edu. Now, you'll be primarily interacting with me this summer in like lectures and office hours, but we do have two TAs who will be helping out by offering office hours this summer. Rodrigo will be holding office hours Tuesdays and Fridays from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. and on Thursdays from 4 p.m. till 5 p.m. All of those office hours will be located in Physics 274J. And Michael will be holding office hours from 1 p.m. till 5 p.m. on Mondays and 1 p.m. till 4 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays, all in gross 358. Now, the way that I like to structure my courses is I like everything to be organized week by week. So what you're looking at here is what a typical week in your life looks like as far as this course is concerned. Every Monday morning, the same thing happens. At 6 a.m., there will be new lessons posted to the course webpage. There will be quizzes for every lesson posted in Gradescope, and there will be problem sets attached to each lesson posted on the course webpage. Now, my office hours will be every day from 10 a.m. till 10:55 a.m. That's in the basement of the physics building, Physics 015. That's my office. And then on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, we'll have a lecture. And the lecture will be from 11 a.m. till 12:15 p.m. in our classroom, Physics 235. And attendance is absolutely mandatory. Now, you'll notice that I skipped over Wednesday. The idea is that every Wednesday in our class, we will have an exam in our usual location at the usual time. And so the idea is that the exam we take on a Wednesday covers the topics that we went through the week before. And we'll say more about that in a moment. You'll also notice that my office hours, Michael's office hours, and Rodrigo's office hours are all posted here. And now at the bottom, you'll see in the next week, so the following Monday, that's the deadline for the quizzes. So we will not be collecting problem sets, but we are collecting quizzes. So the deadline for that is the following Monday at 10 p.m. at night. Okay, now what do grades look like in this course? Well, there are three categories of things that contribute to your grade. Let's start with the comprehension quizzes, which constitutes 15%. Well, these are the weekly quizzes that are posted Monday mornings and then due the following Monday at 10 p.m. Those are all in Gradescope, so you will take these quizzes inside of Gradescope. And collaboration of every kind is encouraged. You're encouraged to go to office hours to ask questions on quiz problems. You're encouraged to collaborate with your peers. That's all great. But I don't accept late work, so the 10 p.m. on Monday night deadline is hard-coded. The next 50% of your grade consists of your performance on our weekly exams. So again, those take place every Wednesday. There'll be 5 in total at our usual time and place. But do note that the exams are written to be 50 minutes. So these are 50-minute exams. We're not going to take the full 75 minutes. So keep that in mind. And again, the idea is that when we take an exam on a Wednesday, the topics that are covered on that exam come from the previous week. So the first exam will be in week 2 on Wednesday. That covers the week 1 material. The next exam is in week 3. That covers the week 2 material, so on and so forth. And for these exams, I will be drawing from the problem sets that are posted but not collected. So some of the problems will come from the problem sets. And then some of the other problems will be novel problems you haven't seen before. So there's a mixture of new and old problems. Finally, the last 35% of your grade is your performance on the final exam, which takes place on June 28th. That's from 2 p.m. till, that should say 5 p.m., so I'm going to change that. It's a 3-hour cumulative exam. So that is not a 3 p.m., that's a 5 p.m. This will replace any excused weekly exams. So if you're running to take your exam on a Wednesday and you fall and break your leg, do not fret. I will excuse that absence, but the policy in that situation would be to have your final exam score replace your performance on the excused exam. So again, the final exam is 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. on June 28th, 2023. Okay, now the most important thing probably is the course website. Everything important about the course is organized on my course website, and the URL here is bfits.xyz. I'm going to say more about the website in a moment. So the Cliffs Notes are here, but we'll take a deeper dive here in a moment. So I'm not going to go through the details right now. What about resources? So everything you need is on the course website. But if you want an extra resource like a textbook, there is one that we've traditionally kind of drawn from a little bit. But at this stage, I've written so much material that I don't think we actually need a textbook. I haven't been using one for almost 3 years now. But if you would like a textbook for extra exposition, this is the sort of the classic one, Introduction to Linear Algebra by Gilbert Strang. So feel free to pick up that book and supplement the material from class if you want. But I view this as completely optional. I think what is distributed on the course website is plenty to be successful in the course. Now, I have some expectations from my students, both academic and behavioral. The most important thing, especially during the summer, is to keep pace. So you really want to be working through the lessons with me promptly. Do not procrastinate, because falling behind, especially during the summer, is not good. It's also important to participate. I require attendance in my lectures, and I also like to see all my students in office hours. So the more you participate, the better you can absorb the material. You also need to communicate. So if you are having issues, it is always better to reach out, I guess, to me this summer earlier rather than later. So if we can diagnose issues during week 1 or week 2, that's always better than diagnosing issues in week 5 or even week 6. And the other thing is, I want you to practice writing throughout the semester. So when you're working on solutions, one of the important things to realize is that someone will eventually read something that you submit. And if you're not practicing the way you are writing your solutions, you might be solving a problem, but doing so in such a way that's so difficult to follow that whoever's reading it might not get out of your solution what you intend. So practice your writing. And in terms of behavior, I want everyone to be nice. We're doing more and more communication on the internet these days. The more and more that happens on the internet, the more and more it's easy to forget that the person on the receiving end of your communication is not a real person. So don't be mean. The next thing is I need you to be patient. So if you ever find a typo, or if something on exam is like misgraded, I want all of those things to be resolved. But the best way to get those things resolved is to request a resolution in a polite manner. So be patient. I always want things to be fixed. But if they don't happen as fast as you like, just keep in mind that I prioritize these things. I just can't always get to everything as quickly as people would like sometimes, but I do care about getting to everything. Be humble. So I'm assuming that no one in this course knows anything about matrices coming in, but if you have seen some things about matrices, just keep in mind that the way that we're going to cover things might not be exactly the way that you encountered the concept previously. So keep that in mind as you're learning new topics. It's always good to go in with a fresh set of eyes. And finally, humor me. Remember, the whole point of taking this course is to learn linear algebra. That's why I'm here. I love talking about linear algebra. I am aware that you're all students and you have lots of responsibilities going on in your lives, and you care about all of the bureaucratic things going on campus. But remember, when it comes to this course, the whole point is to learn linear algebra. Never forget that when you're taking a college class. Okay, so let's pop over to the course website. The course website is located at my personal webpage, bfits.xyz. And what you'll find here is a list of all of the topics we're covering week by week. I first want to draw your attention to these icons at the top of the page. The first one you'll notice is sort of this list icon. If you click on it, that just takes you to the home page where I have this list of topics. To the right, you'll find this calendar icon. This calendar icon takes you to a Google calendar that I've embedded in the web page, and this Google calendar organizes all of the important dates and times and locations for things in this course. So for example, like on the 23rd of May, you'll notice that Rodrigo has office hours, and if you click here, you'll remind yourself that they're from 2 p.m. till 5 p.m., and the location is Physics 274J. So anything, if you ever have a question of the form, when and where is something, the course calendar is the first place to go. The next 3 icons you'll find are just letters. So these are the letters for me, Brian, and then M is for Michael, and R is for Rodrigo. If you ever need to interact with one of the 3 of us through Zoom, all you got to do is click on this icon, and that'll take you to the Zoom room controlled by one of the 3 of us. Michael and Rodrigo aren't doing Zoom office hours, so I would imagine that you'll rarely use those icons, But from time to time, maybe you'll need to interface with me on Zoom, in which case you just click the B icon. To the right of those Zoom rooms is a link to Gradescope, which is where all the quizzes are, so you'll need access to Gradescope. To the right of that is this scroll icon. If you click on that, what you'll find is a more official document outlining all of the policies for the course, which are summarized in the welcome slides that we just went through. And to the right of that, you'll find this folder icon. If you click on the folder icon, this will take you to an exam repository of the exams that I've given in this course over the past few semesters since, I guess, fall 2021. So you should absolutely use these as resources if you like. If we go back to the list icon, so now we're back at the course homepage. So the idea here is that week to week, new topics will roll out. And the idea is that for each topic, if you click on the title, that will take you to the lecture slides that I use in class. So if I click on the first topic that we'll cover, it's called matrices and vectors. This gives you access to the slides that I go through in class for the topic. To the right, you'll find this resources column. Every lesson will have some resources attached to it. Almost all of the lessons, except for maybe one or two, will have a problem set associated to it. So if you click on this sort of writing icon or this page with a pencil icon, that takes you to the problem set associated to the topic. You 100% need to work through these to do well in the course, but keep in mind we're not collecting the problem sets because the exams will have problems from the problem sets on them. So work through the problem sets. It's critical to succeed in the course, but these are not collected. And then nearly every topic will have a YouTube icon. That'll take you to a YouTube video of me lecturing over the topic. And then you'll also find this blue icon, that's labeled Sage. What that is calculators that I've embedded in the course website to help you with some of the calculations on maybe problem sets that are a little bit more mundane. There's no coding in this course. I've done all the coding there. So hopefully you just find plugging in things into the calculators useful. We'll dive more into that when we actually get into topics. So I think I've already spoken maybe a little bit too much. It's raining right now, so I want to go make sure everything is okay outside my house. I need to move a few things inside, but I really do look forward to meeting all of you tomorrow, and let's have a good summer.